Good evening, everyone. This is Cece, and this is the close of our Independence Day, the 4th of July. We're going into the nighttime. So, I want to give you this thought. I want to give you this thought. The 4th of July represents independence, freedom, liberty, liberation. Our founding fathers started this country with the Declaration of Independence, the U.S. Constitution, and the amendments. So, and all that began with them saying life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So I want to touch on that about especially liberty. See, I'm going to tell you, many people are held in situations that they did not acquire themselves on their own. You know, nobody would knowingly walk into a trap. You wouldn't knowingly put your hand or your foot in a bear trap because you know what it would do. But I'm going to say this. This is Independence Day. Now, we can limit it to a day and say only today. Only today is the day of liberation. The rest of the year, you have to be bound. No, that's not true liberation. True liberation sets people free. We see that throughout history. Back in the beginning of time, we see when civilizations became organized, such as the Jewish nation of Israel. They had what they call their 50th year was their year of Jubilee. Jubilee means release, releasing the prisoner, releasing those who are in debt, releasing those who have committed whatever crime or trespass. You know, if there was something they owed to somebody else because someone else suffered a loss or whatever, then they released them in the 50th year. They forgave them of all debt and released them. Well, let's be the example. Let's be the example of releasing people from the debt we feel they owe us. Now, that's not just on one side. Say, in my case, I'm the only one who has to forgive anybody, but they could still hold me in bondage in their own heart. That's not true freedom. Because really, when you look at it, okay, I forgave you and I released you from that bondage. Well, I just freed myself. I freed myself. But you continuing to hold aught against me is you holding yourself in that prison cell. And instead of you holding me in it, I freed myself. I said, I forgive you. I'm willing to overlook this fault, this ought that you have done to me. I'm willing to release you of it, and I forgive you. But for you to continue to hold aught against me or whoever you're holding it against, you have created a prison cell for yourself. And now you are holding yourself in captivity because you refuse to forgive, you refuse to let go of whatever the issue is. We can't talk about liberty and celebrate a day of freedom when you're in bondage because you're holding something against me. That's not true freedom. Once you understand what true freedom is and what liberty and justice for all really means, you will never be free. So, I want to leave you with this thought. Start today by understanding what it means to be free and liberated. And if you don't want to be held a prisoner, then release somebody else from the prison of your heart and what you're holding in your heart. Release it, forgive them, let it go. And reconcile, because that's a part of it. Reconciliation. That's what it was about. Not just releasing people and setting them free, but they were also reconciled to, if it was family members, they were separated from, what we call isolated from. Well, now they become integrated back into. So if we're going to celebrate the 4th of July as a day of liberation, we got to do it all up and down the scale. Not just only liberated from religious bondage or governmental oppression, but we also got to do it in the church. Release people. Set them free. Stop holding things against them. And you know what I'm talking about. And I'm talking to not just only people down here on the bottom where I am, but I'm talking to the higher ups. Release people. Release God's people and set them free. I'm speaking to family members. Release those people. Stop holding aught against people. If you want to experience true liberation, true freedom, true Independence Day celebration, because you can't celebrate if you're not living it. So I want to leave you with that thought. The Day of Independence is more than just a day. It's a lifestyle that you live every day. I love you. Happy 4th.